of Okinawa. If Kerama is a Jomon site 10,000 years old, then that would require us to consider the Jomon as a civilized people when there's supposed to have been no civilization. But still there's one big problem. Geologists like Wolf Wichmann, who don't believe the underwater structures can be man-made at all.
This is extremely strange.
It is.
The stone is hanging over this canyon.
Over the edge.
Kept very crazy.
Now it's time to put Kerama on trial, and I brought my arch-skeptic Wolf to deliver his verdict. Kerama's a tricky dive. There's only a slim window of opportunity in the lull between raging currents. And frankly, I'm nervous as we jump in. But not because of the currents. The deep blue water is calm. My nerves are about what Wolf's going to make of this place. Because no matter how good the evidence for a Jomon link to the stone circle may be, I know that no one's going to take it seriously if a marine geologist tells me it's a totally natural structure. We drop down over the base of the circle, 90 feet underwater. There's a labyrinth of side passages branching amongst the forest of adjoining uprights. Returning to the central pillar, it's striking how the base of the first ring of uprights surrounding it have concave curves that exactly parallel its convex perimeter. They seem very smooth and flat where they disappear into the pebbles of the surrounding path. The Great Submerged Circle lies about 3 miles offshore of the nearest of the Kerama Islands. By scraping off the marine growth on the pillars and hammering out a sample, Wolf discovers that they're ancient coralline limestone, from which many megalithic structures around the world are made. I wonder what natural force Wolf is going to tell me cut and matched these parallel curves.
It is completely made of coralline limestone. So you see the structures of the animals.
Yeah.
I have definitely no explanation for these,
the circles.
for the circles and for the structures, how they came in.
Yeah.
I don't see any force which could have shaped these.
Any force of nature which could shape that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that leaves us with one option then.
I don't know. I would not be
You wouldn't rush so fast.
far. I mean, it's very fast, and you have to do really a lot of research on
Agreed.
doing that.
Agreed.
So you have to find out.
I may have got Wolf to yield a notch on this one, but I have to agree with him that there's still a lot of research to do at Kerama. There's the mystery of the huge rock-cut circle, and of its relationship to the smaller circles made of river stones. And to this strange arched shrine that lies a few hundred feet to the northwest. Because when we lift the veil of the sea, we discover that they're all part of what seems to be a gigantic complex of planned monuments. Not the haphazard results of natural forces, but the work of human beings. We may be on the trail of a lost Ice Age civilization, but will others take the search further? You and your team here have done continuous research for some years, but almost nobody else is working on it, I think.
Japanese scientists cannot dive.
That's a problem. Until scientists dive the vast areas of land swallowed up by the Ice Age floods, evidence will continue to be scarce. Thanks to individual divers, we now know of a growing number of underwater ruins scattered all around the world. In Japan, more flooded structures continue to be found, straddling the Tropic of Cancer. Kerama, Yonaguni. The latest discovery is between Taiwan and China. Here, two towering walls cross each other at right angles underwater, running east-west and north-south. That they're man-made is confirmed by polygonal masonry blocks visible in broken sections. And geological studies confirm that this area was above water until the end of the Ice Age. I think of it as just one underworld amongst many that wait unexplored in all the world's oceans. I've tried to draw attention to what might be out there and just how old it might be. But for me, it's not only about dates. It's about what civilization means. Does it mean stability of culture? The Jomon expressed their own unique form of civilization for 14,000 years. Does it mean cities? We've seen two huge cities at the bottom of the Gulf of Cambay in northwest India. 4,000 years older than any other cities known to archaeologists. Does it mean great monuments? We've seen colossal monuments beneath the sea around the coasts of Japan, off southeast India, in the waters of Malta. Such monuments hint at highly organized human societies that flourished along coastlines all around the world at the end of the Ice Age. I think the evidence is mounting that we've badly underestimated our ancestors. I think we could have made the leap to civilization at least once before, and then have been set back by terrible natural calamities, just as all the flood myths of antiquity testify. And I think it's highly possible, as Plato says, that after the cataclysms we had to begin again like children, with no memory of what went before. I've tried to show how many of the clues that might help us to remember are lost underwater as the flood myths predict. And that what gapes at our doorstep, where the land ends and the sea begins, is a vast, uncharted underworld that we've ignored for far too long.